Welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly podcast series hosted by Jason Ayres, a top instructor, trader, and founder of OptionSource.net. Join Jason as he discusses the latest trends in the Forex market with a look ahead on the US dollar versus the major currencies using the most commonly used technical indicators.
Well, hi there and welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for February 1st, 2010. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Let's take a look at the weekly chart of our US dollar index. As always, a great way to gain perspective as to how the US dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, the dollar index continues to hold strong above the 78 support level that we have been identifying over the last couple of weeks. Now, the trend in force continues to be to the upside. However, there is some important resistance levels found within the 79 to 81 box here, leading us to expect some consolidation over the next couple of weeks. If we take a quick look at our daily snapshot, you can see that we've identified the 79 to 79.5 level as an important level of resistance. It would be in here that we would expect some near-term consolidation. Any breakthrough 79.5 is likely to trade into the 80.5 to 81 box. Well, the US dollar continues to gain ground against the Canadian dollar. We're finally up testing this 107, 108 focal zone that remains a strong resistance and has been in place as a resistance for several months now. It would not be unrealistic to expect some consolidation as the pair value pulls back perhaps down to test support in the 105.5 to 106 range. However, any break beyond 108 will have us targeting this 110, 112 box. Let's take a look at the YUK, the US versus the Japanese yen. Well, the US yen pair value continues to march to the beat of its own drum. We had identified what appears to be a continuation wedge that has failed to break out. The 90-91 box remains an important support level. However, the path of least resistance continues to appear to be to the downside, with the 88, 88.5 focal zone being the next logical support level. Any consolidation within 90-91 is likely to meet with some resistance on its move higher up within the 93, 93.5 focal zone. Let's take a look at the US dollar versus the euro as seen here in the ISE FX Options pair value EUI. Well, after another week of considerable strengthening for the US dollar, we can see that the pair value is now tapping into the 71.5, 72 focal zone that we had identified last night as an important level of resistance. Now, at this point, it would not be unrealistic to expect some backfilling, which may bring the pair value back down into the 70, 70.5 focal zone. However, an extended move higher will have us targeting the 73, 74 range. Let's take a look at the BPX, the US versus the British pound. Now, we identified what appeared to be a continuation wedge last week, and after spending some time consolidating within our 61.5, 62 focal zone, the pair value finally broke out on Friday. It now appears as though it is heading towards a test of the 63, 63.5 box. Well, the US dollar continued to gain strength against the Australian dollar as seen here in the AUX. We identified the 111, 112 focal zone as a probable target last week, and after spending a little bit of the week consolidating within this area, the pair value broke through on Friday and now appears to be heading towards a test of the 114, 115 focal zone. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the US dollar index is testing a resistance and is due for a pullback. However, momentum still supports a continuation that may result in the test of 81, 82. The CDD closed last week in our 107, 108 box, which remains a strong resistance. A break above 108 is likely to test 110. The YUK dropped to 89.5 before retracing back up into the 90-91 focal zone. Although this area appears to be holding as support, we need to see some consolidation here to lend credibility to a further move to the upside. The EUI continued to push higher last week, trading into our 71.5, 72 box, although a pullback at this resistance level is a high probability. An extended move higher is likely to test 74. The BPX broke higher last Friday after spending most of the week consolidating into a bull flag. 63.5 remains a logical target to the upside. The AUX cut through our 111, 112 focal zone on Friday of last week and appears to be pushing towards 115. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for February 1st, 2010. As always, I'm Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Thanks for joining me this week. We will see you here next week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary, visit www.fxoptions.com. Become an OptionSource.net member. Visit www.optionsource.net. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.